Miss Martineau, it is your claim that the defendant, who was your landlord, refuses to return your security deposit on the premises that you were renting, and also that you were prematurely locked out of your residence, which caused you to leave some stuff inside the residence, so you want the return or the value of property that was left inside. When did your lease begin? It began February 1st, 2013, so it ended January 31st, 2014?
Mm-hmm.
Did you pay your rent every month, the first of the month? Yes. Is that correct? Not all of the rent was paid like that. What rent was not paid? I was receiving the rent correctly as she described. The problem is there was a third party on the lease. That third party was paying cash and was not always paying on time. Well, that's your problem. If you accepted cash, that would be your problem, Mr. Wilson. He never completed the payments. Who never completed the payments? The third party, never. I don't care about the third party. Mr. Wilson, my question is, did the plaintiff pay rent for the month of January of 2014? Yes, she did. On what date did you try to get back into the residence? Because you say that you were moving out slowly, but you left things in, and when you came back to the residence within the month of January, you couldn't get in. We didn't try and go into the property. There was another family already living in there, so we didn't want to just open the door to some other family. On what date was this? January 28th. Who was living there in January and February of 2014? February 1, there was a family that moved in. Name? Last name was, and they moved in February 1. I'm not sure that I believe you, Mr. Wilson. I have a letter from the... I'd like to see it. Richard moved in on the 28th of January. Richard signed a lease on the 28th of January. If Richard signed a lease on the 28th of January, show me the lease. I don't have a lease for Richard for the 28th of January. Now, I'd like to see pictures of the premises when the plaintiffs moved out and when the plaintiffs moved in. There's no pictures of the property when the plaintiffs moved in. Why not? That's not something I tend to do. Well, now you're going to show me what the place looked like when they left. How do I know it didn't look like that when they moved in? Obviously, if the property was in bad condition, we would have noted all those things. As a matter of fact, they were able to pick out their own paint colors, so I did paint the home to their colors. Let me see. What are you showing me? What are these pictures of, sir? That's the inside of that house. That's the interior of the house. It looks lovely. It's a nice house. It looks lovely. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars on that house. But I want to see pictures of when they moved out. You kept their security deposit. You have to explain why you kept their security deposit. I have all the explanation. Show me the photographs of when they moved out. You took these really nice pictures. These are lovely. Now show me the photographs of when they moved out. I don't have photographs of when they moved out. Well, that's a problem for you, Mr. Wilson. You have to return their security deposit. Your Honor, I have a breakdown of why... I'm not looking at your breakdown, sir. You see how you took pictures of the house after you fixed it up? Listen to me, I understand, but do you have a copy? Hey, don't talk over me. Do you see the pictures that you took of the house?
Sure.
If you want to keep somebody's money, then you go in and take photographs. If you didn't do a walkthrough, because you clearly didn't do a walkthrough with them, but you did with Richard. He talks about it in his letter. The walkthrough and everything was fine according to Richard, and that was on the 28th. So if you knew enough, I have the receipts for all the work. If you knew enough to take pictures, then you're savvy enough to take pictures when they move out, when you're going to keep their security deposit. Okay. And you had no right to put somebody into the house because you therefore collected rent for a couple of days in January from 2 different tenants. You can't do that, Mr. Wilson. That's a no-no, sir. Now, how much was your security deposit? $1,500. And I also have pictures of our thermostat and our AC when it wasn't working. I don't care. Let's be clear. This is America. You have choices. I read your complaint. Your complaint is that Mr. Wilson is in effect a slummy kind of lord, doesn't fix up his house like he should. Well, Richard sort of says the same thing, but since he's not here, I really can't ask him about it. And I don't care. You're a grown-up. Who is this? My boyfriend. Was he living there? Yes. So the 2 of you were living there along with your dog and your puppies and any children? Our roommate had a daughter. Was the roommate that paid in cash? Yes. There were a lot of people living there, a lot of dogs, a lot of animals. If you're not happy someplace, America, we fought a war about it, you can go someplace else. Do you understand? Yes. So I don't care if the thermostat wasn't working, and if you didn't like the air conditioning system, go find someplace else to live. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,500.